I'm going to do a little bit of rearranging of these windows to show you a bit more. I can drag the window, I can resize it, and I want to totally obscure the preview application window. For any active application, that is one with this little dot down here, clicking on it will bring a window forward. If there are no windows open, the preferred behavior for an application is to create a new empty window. But in this case, I clicked on preview and got at least one of the windows forward so that I can get to it. What I want to do now is to make this window very small and drag it in front of the text edit window and point out the fact that windows, although they have rectangular corners at the bottom in most cases, have rounded corners at the top, and they appear to cast shadows. Notice here there's a shadow that moves as I move the window around. The shadow generally assumes a light source somewhere up in this area. You can see that the shadow is a little darker here than it is up here. Not all windows are these shapes, but there is, in most windows, a non-rectangular characteristic of the top part. And there's some shading here for a three-dimensional effect. I have the DVD player open, and I can click on it here. It was down in the dock, and let's take a look at this, because what you will see is that there's a controller here, and I can show and hide it. This is a typical command from a window menu. I can see the various windows that I can go to, but watch the effect when I show the controller. I'll click now. The window for the controller didn't just open. It fades in and out. There's a little bit of animation there. There's actually quite a lot of animation now in Mac OS X. Let's take a look at the controller again. And you can see it's really not rectangular. I'll move this aside. I can drag the controller around. And you can see it too is casting a shadow. This part of the window is a drawer. And I can drag it in and out. And from the controls menu here, I can open or close the control. But I can also, because there's a little sort of indentation here like a finger grip, I can drag it forward and back with the mouse. I put the mouse down over it and drag it in and out. Give it a little push and it'll close. So that's the control drawer, and various applications implement that sort of functionality with a drawer. If I come up here, we'll go back into preview. We can minimize this. Here in preview, you can see another feature, which is a toolbar. And I can control the toolbar from this button up here in the top of the window. Notice here text edit does not implement a toolbar. This is always here, so I'm not going to be able to close it and open it. But in an application that supports it, I should have a button up here, and in the view menu I should be able to hide and show the toolbar if it exists. I can also in the view menu customize the toolbar. When I choose customize, what I should get is, after the application has loaded the information, I'll resize the window so we can see what's going to open up here. These are the items that I can put into the toolbar. I can put an annotate item here. As I move things around, I can move them back and forth, take them out, put them back in, do whatever I want to customize the toolbar. And in any customization, I should have at the bottom the default set, so I can always drag this up here and go back to what I started with. And when I'm done, I click that, and I have my new, or in this case, my old toolbar that I can open and close. Now there's one other feature that Preview lets me demonstrate, and that's a sidebar. A sidebar is something at the side of the window. Notice as I open and close it, the main image is smaller, and it's not scaled, but part of the image is obscured as the sidebar comes in and out. And what the sidebar is used for is any information that is intrinsic to the window. In the case of Preview, if I have several documents open, I will have an image of each one in the sidebar, and there might even be a scroll bar here, that I can switch among the various documents as I want to just by clicking on them. So those are the basic commands that we deal with in terms of drawers. And I'll come back to preview, sidebars, and toolbars.